Hey everybody, Sam Mellinger here with the Kansas City Star. I wanted to talk with you about the story on Michael Keck, which is probably in the link that you just clicked. If not, certainly kansascity.com or the Sunday pages of the Kansas City Star. This story is important to me and it's personal to me as well, and I wanted to talk to you with you about that. I think it's important because Michael's case is different. He suffered from CTE, which I think a lot of us have come to know and talk about. It's the progressive degenerative brain disease often found in former football players, soldiers, and others exposed to repetitive brain trauma. I think Michael's case changes the discussion a little bit. Most of the talk has been about former NFL players, men that played 5, 10, 12, 15 years professionally. Michael played 1 year of college football, essentially. 1 year of college football, and had a brain just as damaged as many guys who played 8, 10, 12, 15 years. I think that's important. I think researchers know that that's important to find out why that is. But at the very least, I think it shows us that this isn't just a disease for old men, guys who played decades in the NFL, that this can strike and really ruin the lives of young people way below the professional level. The other reason that I wanted to write this story is it's personal to me in some ways. Michael Keck, I covered him in high school at Harrisonville High. He was one of my favorite players, actually, that I ever covered. I think he knew that. I think his high school coach knew that. I think his grandma knew that. Michael was a terrific football player, but that's beside the point. He was a really good, warm, solid kid too. He was raised by his grandma. His parents both were wrapped up in a drug addiction. Unfortunately, they weren't able to be around as much or as fully as I'm sure they would have liked. But Michael was never angry about that, never bitter about that. He was very grateful for what he had and certainly made the most of it. And I remember talking with Michael once, and it happened to be at a time when I was going through something personal in my own life that was hard for me. And I asked him if he was ever angry, if he ever found himself angry that he didn't have a more normal childhood, he didn't have his parents around as much as they would have liked, as much as he would have liked. And he said no. And the reason he said no is because everything that happened to him made him the man that he was, and he was happy with the man that he was. And I remember walking away from that interview just struck that a kid so young could have a perspective like that. And I was a grown adult at the time, and he really helped me in a way, unintentionally, unwittingly. He was just being honest, but it helped me in a way that I don't remember ever being hit like that in a high school, in an interview with a high school kid before. And I'll never forget that. I never did forget that. So anyway, I wanted to help tell a story, and I want to thank Cassandra Keck, Michael's widow, for her help with this, her willingness to talk with me, her trust that I would tell the story accurately and with the right context. I hope I've done that. I want to thank everybody else who helped with this story. It means a lot to me. I think it's important, and it's certainly personal to me to help get the story of a life well lived out there. So anyway, thanks for reading, and I will talk to you guys again soon.